Okay, I'd like to extend a very warm FrightFest welcome to director of I Spit on Your Grave 2, Stephen R. Monroe, and the star of the film, Jemma Dallender.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello, pleasure.
So you're here at the festival for the world premiere.
Yes.
What can audiences expect from the film?
They can expect to be disturbed, that's for sure. It is more intense than the remake. So they have that to look forward to if that's what they're going to be looking forward to. Yeah, it's definitely more intense.
Okay, so you directed the remake 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How did the sequel come about? I mean, did the producers approach you, or did you have some ideas that you wanted to?
Yeah, well, I mean,
further?
the producers, Cinetel Films, and the distributor Anchor Bay, obviously, the way the remake was received, critically and financially, they said, I think we can make a franchise out of this. And
yeah.
So all the talks about I Spit on Your Grave 2 started, and it really took about a year before there was a solid script, and then I signed on probably a few months prior to that.
Yeah.
And then we went into production. So it's I mean, it does have one of those titles, and now a following that you could make a franchise out of it. So that's what happened.
So how did you approach this one, in that you're telling a kind of a similar story but with different characters? How did you kind of try and differentiate this from the
Well, not much, because, I mean, for me as a director, I feel that franchises should have a similar visual style to it throughout. It would be like, watching the Bourne movies, and then all of a sudden everything's done on static camera, So, visually I kept it very similar because I think it is the right look for that franchise. Story-wise, we kept it, similar, because it is technically it's only part 2.
Yeah.
And I think collectively everyone felt that it wasn't time to reinvent yet, so maybe they'll do that on part 3 or 4. But we knew that we would have to, up the intensity, up the brutality, and maybe go back and we answered some of the questions that some critics and fans said about the remake. Like, we would have liked to have seen this, or a little more of this, and maybe the story could have had this, and we molded it into this story also. We don't, Gemma's character Katie doesn't disappear and for a large chunk of the story. On the remake, we followed the guys.
Right. Okay.
This stays with her the whole time through her entire recovery and everything. So that's primarily one of the biggest differences of it.
Okay. So just to bring you in, Gemma, what can you tell us about Katie, and what attracted you to the role?
What attracted me to the role of Katie was the fact, really, that it was going to be quite challenging. And as an actress, I'm always looking for challenges, and knew that it would be tough. And I wanted to explore that and hopefully do it justice.
And one of your co-stars is Joe Absalom, who obviously people in the UK will know from EastEnders.
Yes.
How did he get involved in the film, and what was it like working with him?
I believe he got involved in a similar way that I did, via auditioning. But yeah, he was great to work with. A really nice guy as well. We all got on. We were all really good friends by the end of it. So. Yeah.
And how was it working with Stephen?
That sucked.
No, it didn't. Don't be silly. I really loved working with Stephen. He made it very easy to just be the character and gave us lots of freedom. I didn't feel that it was about, look here at this point, do this at that point. It was just kind of organic, and that was great. For an actor, that's brilliant. You can only ask for that. And enjoyed working with you, Stephen.
It must have been quite intense with such a disturbing subject matter. I mean, what techniques did you employ to try and keep the mood on set kind of light?
Well, I mean, everyone knows going in it's going to be an intense set, and I'm really protective over the actors. So you just kind of have to create the atmosphere so they feel comfortable, which is obviously keep it very quiet and don't let the actors feel like everyone's standing around and staring at them. And you know, because the crew is really the actor's first audience. And if I had on a film years ago during a very intense scene, I actually had off stage, I had a producer snicker during a very emotional beat for an actress, and the actress went completely crazy, and I understand it. And that was one of the first times, you know, that I realized how sensitive it is for actors. So, you know, I mean, I try and pick the times that I feel like it could be light on the set and make sure everyone gets it out then, and then just keep it very strict. If someone needed to get near Jemma, they had to go through, you know, the AD then to me, and, you know, people just couldn't walk up and do things, you know, and start blabbing and talking to her and stuff like that. So
and that really helps keeping in the moment, and because some of the scenes, you know, it's very intense. So if you have too much of a laugh, then it's harder to get back into it. So it's better to keep it at kind of a neutral level.
Do you have a particular favourite scene in the film, in this one?
Yeah, I do. It's the nightclub.
Is it?
Yeah.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Yeah, it's the nightclub, because when you guys see it, she's so intensely strong in it. And for me, after doing the remake, which we kept to situations where she trapped them into these situations, I really fought to have this sequence because it was actually organic in a real place. She just happened to come upon this guy in this place and use that atmosphere against him, and it's quite a disturbing and intense scene.
It definitely is.
And I'll probably get in trouble for laughing, because then people will go, "Oh, he thinks it's funny." But when you're so close to it, like we were, and you go through it, you start to have like moments where, you know, like Jemma could probably go, "Oh," and after that one rape scene, and we can remember something and smile, and then everyone takes it as the wrong way. I've gotten in trouble before, people going, "Oh, the director must have thought that was funny that happened to that actor." I'm like, no, it's not. It's you're in such an intense situation with people that you grow very close to for such a long time. It's like a family, you know. So that's why we laugh sometimes.
I like that scene too.
Yeah,
it genuinely was quite disgusting, even though you knew it was all fake.
It was a set.
The set was great.
And I like the scene leading up to it with the music and everything, and Alex and the girls and all that.
Yeah,
too, so.
that was fun.
So have you had any issues with content or censorship with this film, or are you able
of course.
to
No. Well, I mean, the U.S. has the unrated release, which is how the film was shot, to be shot as an unrated film. For that release. In the States, you do have to accomplish an MPAA R rating for certain vendors.
Right.
But there's still an unrated release. So, you know, anytime dealing with the MPAA or the BBFC, there's, for filmmakers, there's, look, we understand it. And I think they understand that for us it's frustrating. So everyone tries to make the best out of it.
Yeah, okay. Final question to you, Jemma. You were here with Community last year, so are you a horror fan yourself? Are those the films you enjoy? Or
I enjoy any film that's thought-provoking, and so if it happens to be a horror film, then yes.
Okay. And Stephen, what's next for you?
I've got an action thriller coming out soon in the UK called Monica, with Serena Vincent from Cabin Fever and Jeff Branson and Andrew Howard from the remake of I Spit on Your Grave, and C. Thomas Howell, which was very fun.
Okay.
Basically playing a aging action actor. That's coming out in the UK from, I think, Media 4 distribution, and I've got a couple of potential projects waiting to find out which ones are real and which ones I like the best.
Okay, great. Well, we'll look out for those.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best with the screening this evening.
Thank you.
Stephen, Jemma, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
FrightFest.